All right, we're back with more Cake Chen, and she's talking about idol culture being hell. So I'm interested to hear it. Let's hear it. And this comes from her live
I explained
stream.
how VTubing is stems from VTubing started in Japan.
Hmm.
VTubers start from Japan, and that is where it originates from. Does
Yep.
that mean we should follow and see and just do what VTubers are quote unquote supposed to do from Japan?
No.
No. Fuck no.
No, because it's expanded so much. It's no longer just in one culture, right? It's like music. Hip hop music started in America, but now hip hop music is legitimately across the world. So yeah, it's expanding. There's no reason why it should stay in only one spot where it originated.
Bro, VTubing is a medium. Okay, it's a medium. It's simple as. Ain't nothing more. Right now, it's a community. It really is. But it honestly probably won't be for long. Not really. At least over time, it will fall apart. There will be less people in tune with each other for the sake of being a VTuber. That will happen less and less and less and less.
What do you mean by
It'll take a
this?
long time, but it eventually will
What do you
get there,
mean?
and people will just see it as simple as that. A medium. It is
Yeah,
just a
I can see that.
medium. It should not be a genre, and there should not be a fucking rule set for VTubers.
Yeah, okay. When she's talking about a medium, right? It's going to become bigger than what it is. It's going to it's not even that surprising to say that, VTubers will eventually be mascots for like big brand companies. We've talked about this before last year, like watching a Depressed Nosaji video. So yeah, I think it'll expand and be way, way bigger just because the barrier of entry is honestly pretty low, especially when you think of how popular it is, gets millions of views. Hololive is definitely pushing for more VTubers to be in the public eye with their Dodgers game and stuff like that. So yeah, I could see definitely bigger. Like when I say big company, I'm talking about the biggest companies in the world adopting their mascot to be more like a VTuber. I could see it. I mean, barrier entry is especially low for them with they have all that money. So yeah, I could see it being a thing. Plus with AI, they could have a VTuber slash AI, like not like Neurosama, right? Not that detailed, but have something to read the script and make it sound good. Yeah, I could see that.
I hate how a lot of VTuber
Have it
culture
show
is
up
taken from
for
idol
events
culture.
and
Of
stuff.
course, exactly where I'm
Yeah.
going with this. VTuber feels similar to face cams for creators to me. That's what it is, though. That's the whole point. It's just a medium. Exactly. Quote unquote, like for real. Put a bunch of quirky people that don't exactly fit in the real world in a community where they get an online shield and get away from saying random shit. Give it a few years, they get super comfy, show the true colors, and it gets out of hand. What did we expect? Is that a quote from someone? Because, like, they're right. They're
Yeah,
right.
what did
That's
you
all that
expect?
matters. Like I said, it's just
Anonymity.
a style of presenting yourself, like fashion or something. A friend of mine monologues that
Style to
often. Well,
present
they're
yourself.
right. They're right. You should
Friend
keep
that
them around because
model.
they're not stupid. They're smart. They're smart. They're smart. They're not delusional, and they clearly touch
And you
grass.
wrote it down?
They clearly touch grass. Based.
That's a good quote.
Based grass toucher.
That's a good quote. That's
I will
real.
not encourage like any sort of like culture where like they refuse to. I'll joke about it, but I don't want to actually encourage the idea that people should hide in their hell caves and live in echo chambers and not gain empathy and constructive thinking. Fuck off, because that is the opposite of what I am, and I could never hang with you if you're like that. We cannot hang. We cannot chill. You cannot sit with us. You cannot sit with us.
You cannot sit with
I
us.
could never. I
Word.
could never. Yeah, I had to explain that to that person. I think it's so funny.
It's good that Cake promotes the idea of people being able to, think more about stuff other than themselves and what they personally want. That is good. That's good.
Seeing an outside person looking in, being like, "Wow, this community's weird," and I'm like, "Yeah,
It is weird.
yeah."
But
You
it's
got
cool.
Japan to blame for that. What you really had to
The
blame for that
bull,
is
the
weird,
internet.
the fucking weirdos
The
in our community
internet.
being like,
Yeah,
you
not just
posted a
Japan.
selfie. What the fuck? That doesn't follow the VTuber rules, the VTuber law. I will have to report you to the authorities."
I actually am inspired by the VTubers that do more of a mixture, right? Quinn Bennett, he'll have like his face cam and then he'll have his V2 model. And a couple other VTubers do the same thing. Of course, they use it for more like sex appeal, like Cotton, like have her chest and then have like the VTube for the face, right? But there's nothing that says you can't do that, right? And I think the more people that, I've even thought maybe I should do that. Have like my little VTube thing for the face and then use my body for sex appeal because sex sells. But at the same time, we all have our limits on what we're willing to do with ourselves and our bodies. But I do think it is an interesting idea. I think we can incorporate the whole real life and VTube and put it together. Of course, not exactly like Cottontail, maybe like Quinn Bennett, but there's room to try and figure it out. There's room somewhere.
Beep, bop, boop, bop, bop. Hitting them up right now.
Beep
You are
boop boop bop
reported for
bop.
showing your IRL safe. You will now be doxxed and swatted in 24 hours. Prepare yourself. Or don't. I don't really care because you're a flesh woman. You're 3D. And you're disgusting.
Oof.
And it's so sad because,
Oof.
like, I've seen people say
Oh, the way Bao does it, I think is cool too. She went from straight, like all the way VTuber and then doing some IRL. I think she's gonna do a mixture.
similar things to that multiple times. That shit should not be real. That should be a meme, not reality. Why is it real? And the fact that we have a lot of Americans who genuinely, and not just Americans, just non-Asians who shouldn't
Non-Asians.
be thinking this way are starting to think this way and act this way, and that's scary. In what universe is that healthy? That shit's terrifying. It's real? Oh, no, it's real. Rat, it's real. Rat, it's real. People who are like, you can't have an IRL face, you can't do that. You can't do that. No, don't do that.
I mean, I wouldn't say I've outright experienced that, but it's something that, I can feel because I've done like the VTubing only thing and like it definitely feels different versus doing IRL. Like I'm personally more used and more comfortable doing IRL, but I could definitely see an appeal for, me saying what I say, but it comes out of a V2 model or a character, right? For some reason, for some people, it holds more weight. I'm thinking mostly because they usually watch only VTubers, right? So, if I'm a VTuber saying the stuff that I say, which I believe is true, and a lot of people would call based, right? I think there's a lot of grounds to gain more popularity slash expanding the message. But I enjoy doing like IRL. To jump into a VTube, I feel like I need to like that's a whole other that's basically a persona. Like even though it's me, it's like it's not really me. So I think I'd have to like open up a whole new channel to do that. But I don't mind.
You're not allowed, like,
Sean
sliding people's
BT coming
DMs being
soon.
like, you posted your face? That's weird. And it's like, yes, it's my Twitter account. I post what I want.
Yeah.
Yes. So they're like, well, I watch
Brand marketing
VTubers
is strange
to
though.
escape, and you are ruining that reality. And it's like, well, it's ruined now, so leave. It's ruined now,
Damn.
so leave. What are you staying for? What are you bitching to me
Damn.
about? Walk away. Go somewhere else. I don't want you here, bruh.
Base.
Fucking weirdo. I go in the bar. It has like a weird verification line. I just
That's an interesting concept. Let me know what you guys think about it. I think it's VTubing's been around for what, 6 years, something like that? Something around 6 or 7 years, right? And of course, maybe you could say like Kazuna I was like 8 or 9 years ago, right? Whatever. What I'm trying to say is it's relatively new still. This is still a new genre of the internet, right? Even though it's pretty prevalent and we have billion-dollar companies trying to back it, it's still new. It's still not really in the consciousness of the average person. So whenever it does get to that point, I think by then we definitely do need to try and expand more into like whatever makes you more comfortable doing the V2 thing, whether it's fully V2 or it's like me where I react to V2. I think that's a good barrier to entry for people who've never seen VTube, right? They see a real person watching it, and then they can try and see, what's the appeal of it. And then you have people that do both, right? Like I said, Quinn does it. So he'll have his IRL face, and then he has a cartoon, right? So that could definitely be a great barrier because you have the real person right there. And then for the people that say they only like immersion, well, the characters over there just don't look at the middle of the screen. Hmm. It's going to be an interesting next. I'll give it 2 to 5 years, maybe even. I think 5 years maybe is a little too long because the way technology works. like 2 to 4, 2 to 3.5, like around that time period, VTubing will definitely have another boom if it doesn't crash, right? I think it'll have another boom and get more into like the cultural site guys, whatever. It'll be in like the subconscious of way more people than it is now. That's what everything grows, right, with time. So we'll see. We will see how this video ages 2 years from now. But yeah, this was a good video. It's interesting. It has stuff that I enjoy talking about. Thank you, Cake, for making it and ranting on your disc or not on your Discord, on your Twitch, and then uploading it. I appreciate it. All right, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Have a good day.